Okay, not wanted to mess with Train. Yeah, that's interesting as well, because that's the Pro League season where FaZe had the miracle run with Rain coming back to stand in randomly, fresh out of a hangover, and then made that deep run into the finals. Yeah, I think actually you heard him there saying the game plan again, like maybe you can rattle them, maybe we get out on top early and you kind of rattle. I think both teams probably have that similar perspective with each other. Is like, look at the up and down nature of 3D Max, and 3D Max know it. Body in that same interview I referenced earlier said kind of the same thing. He said we've been consistent in terms of remaining in the top 10, the top 15 teams in the world, but our performances within that top 10 or top 15 have fluctuated so much. So trying to find some consistency, and if they don't have it today, they will be eliminated from the major here in Budapest.
Well, it's the end of the line for one of these teams, 3D Max or FaZe. We'll find out who it is at the end of this best of 3. But let's start it. We've got Dust2. We've got Exorcist making his way through the longhouse very early into the round.
Oh, okay, risky push, but he's got the payoff, and Kerrigan is going to be stalled out due to the smoke. So actually, Exorcist is just going to have a free kill, and that's going to be a smoke missing for the execute. Easy kill, and now you don't have any kind of a distraction. It's just time to move into the B bomb site.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see if FaZe can brawl their way into the round again. It's Gravity yet to reveal his position, and he's just waiting. He wants multiple kills. He doesn't want just one, and he just swings into the open, and Gravity gets what he's looking for. A triple kill and the pistol round for 3D Max.
Yeah, you gotta love that trigger discipline. He's waiting for multiple, yeah, but what he's doing is making sure that his teammates aren't gonna go down, and he's not gonna reveal his position and just kind of be, not get the impact that he's needed. So waiting for his teammates to grab a couple kills, and when it's appropriately weakened, he pounces.
Well, it's interesting the story you were talking about for Kerrigan this year and the instability of the roster, because that's always been the strength FaZe have had.
Yeah.
They've never made roster moves. They just always had the same 5 players. They would stick it out. Whereas you've had to deal with so many changes this year, stand-in situations. You even played with Simple at the last major.
Played with Simple and Skulls, back in Dallas as well. Yeah,
So,
it's been a little all over the place for sure. I mean, that kind of roster upheaval is going to affect everybody. But as I mentioned, the IGL, the hardest hitting one, or the hardest one hit, I should say.
Yeah, definitely not the hardest hitting. Well, we've got...
that was the complete opposite. But that's the hard thing. I mean, you mentioned it as well. Kerrigan being a guy who does everything to set up his players, including throwing his own life away. And I mean, we've seen that from plenty of IGLs over the years as well. I think Apex kind of gets that tag, that moniker plenty of times as well. And I feel like usually it comes in when the IGL isn't having confidence that their players are locked in the same way, aren't at their best, aren't as sharp as they need them. So they're trying to do more things to get those players activated. And that's when you see that kind of dip in performance.
That was a nice kill from Maka. He's going to be frozen dead towards top middle. A nice start. He's got the AWP out in round 3. Taking it to play straight away. And speaking of taking a hit, Kerrigan's got to play with the Deagle. The rest of his teammates with AKs. And
you're already a man down.
Already a man down, yeah. Not a lot pointing to success here for FaZe.
No, and it looked like they wanted to kind of join up with this and have a relatively early timing for a mid to B split with 2 players, Frozen and Brokey in middle. Twist, Kerrigan, and Jacob at the upper tunnels waiting to hit in. But now with that loss of Frozen, they've got to readjust and change their plan of attack. Lurk Smoke is out. There's 3 defenders at this B bomb site side of the map. Alp is out towards long. And Exorcist playing over at Railing at the A bomb site. And FaZe's attack is going to come in through middle.
Good shots here from Gravity. That's Kerrigan. Completely removed. We got 44 seconds on the clock as Twist and Brokey, the last 2 remaining. They're going to move up, and it's Body to get rid of Twist, leaving Brokey 1v5, and a single kill coming in for FaZe in this round.
Did any of them shoot a bullet?
Didn't feel like it.
I don't think anyone from FaZe shot a bullet.
That was, yeah, a round that just thrown to the wayside, and 3D Max have 3 rounds.
That's a terrible. This is a terrible start for FaZe.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, I don't really know. There's no other word to describe it. All 5 players for 3D Max survive, so money's going to be really strong. You already had incredible money for a 3rd round AWP. 2 kills across the team for FaZe.
Jacob and Kerrigan. Gonna start scaling up through short. Those pistols have made it around the corner at least. They're gonna try and just challenge over towards that A site.
2 flashbangs to activate, 1 smoke on Frozen, so they can, you know, drop it at the corner on top of the boxes to give some cover from the long as he swings back.
Yeah.
Flashbangs are going to have to be on point, but you still got to worry about Exorcist and that M4.
Well, that last round made me a little bit worried for FaZe because we got to cast their Spirit game and their T side really didn't have anything to show for it. Let's see if they can get some money here with a bomb plant. Good shot from Carrigan's Deagle. That's created enough space and pressure here. Can they find a follow-up kill? Yes, they can. So Jacob through Carrigan with another one. And all of a sudden, all the Deagles ringing out for FaZe. And 3Max's ears ringing at just the shots that land in their face. So they're going to fall away, and we're looking at FaZe taking a round that they really didn't expect to win.
Yeah, I think that's just poorly handled from Maka and Exorcist on the initial defense. I don't think Exorcist had to drop that defensive smoke at the point that he did. He really kind of neutralized the range that he had with the M4. Maka kind of gets caught being a little overconfident that he was just going to be able to nail the shot as soon as he gets unblind. He just stayed in a danger position. And some lovely deagle shots from Carrigan. Well, that happened quick. As flat as they started in the first 3 rounds, FaZe, big exclamation point here in round number 4 with the Deagles to turn this on its head. And all that was like a really weak mid-fake. And then the A bomb site. But
and Carrigan landing some great shots, too.
Yeah, it's just, I actually think the biggest reason they won that is the defensive smoke. They're able to scale so far up the bomb site with the cover of that smoke. I just feel so unnecessary to me. So maybe a mistake.
Double op setup here for 3D Max. We've got Maka on body wielding them already. The double op setup was so effective against them when Spirit were playing, but that's because Donk was.
I was gonna say, you know, there's Donk gets a lot of. He makes everyone look a little silly, doesn't he? Nice shot from Maka and good aggression, trimming down FaZe's attack to just 4 players. And that shot from body is actually kind of clever. He didn't show the double op setup, and it makes FaZe say, okay, the op is on the B side of the map.
Yeah, actually sees it. There's the swing and twist to drop the first player, and he's obviously severed off from his teammates with that long corner smoke, so they can't trade it back. We got body moving aggressively into the tunnels with the AWP. Starting to feel very difficult here for 3D Max unless Maka can get involved with this AWP. We've got Lucky having to worry about short and long at the moment. Yeah, and they don't have a follow-up smoke for short, so he's just going to be exposed. Gravity's really going to have to take out Carrigan as the lurk, but meanwhile, Frozen's already scaling up the railing. Carrigan needs to win this fight, and he will. Frozen gets 2 kills at the bomb site in the meantime. Yeah, a lot more impact here from FaZe. Strong shooting, and that's going to put them with 2 on the board, and a heavy investment for 3D Max as well in a round like this, picking up a double op setup early in the game. Their money is gone. Clean 4v5 conversion as well. Remember, Jacob got picked off in lower right at the opening stages of the round by Maka's aggression. So a lovely recovery. And look at the money now. I mean, I mentioned that 3D Max was going to be rich as hell because 2 kills going into round number 4, but then FaZe win an eco. They upgrade to a bunch of free rifles. Now they win this one with 4 players surviving. And if Carrigan takes out this op, and he will. Carrigan getting the team started. Lowest rated player on the team, lowest rated player overall in stage 3. And he's been the impetus to get FaZe's offense kicking here on Dust2. Back-to-back rounds of impact. Great work from Frozen, but that's just the setup of not controlling anything and not making the decision fast enough. You could see they realized right at the last second they had to get aggressive through the smoke towards short. But it was just too late as Frozen comes up railing. So an eco round. And plenty of breathing room for FaZe. 3 Max found a lot of success in the first 3 rounds there because they had enough for double op setup going into the previous. All that success is now gone. Yeah, it disappeared. Thanks to FaZe's success. And remember, their game plan was punch FaZe in the face and see if they crumble. Well, they crumbled for a second. They stumbled on their feet, but they're back. They handled the first jab. Yeah. But historically, it has been FaZe who have beaten out this 3D Max court over the years. When I say over the years, I mean 2025, over the year.
Over the year. Well, I mean, you know, over the years as well, they've been beating a lot of people, this FaZe organization.
2025 started with a 13-0 win from FaZe on a map that's no longer in the pool. Anubis.
Anubis.
Anubis?
Anubis.
Well, it's gone. And a 13-5 then on Nuke, a 13-1. It was a very one-sided battle. The only time 3Max actually got a win over FaZe this year was at Pro League.
A couple good kills in garbage time. AK-47 recovered. Being able to hold on to this would be fantastic for 3D Max. That's an extra op down the stretch, an extra rifle over a teammate, whatever's necessary. But FaZe going to tie things up at 3. A couple more kills could come in. This USP, low HP players. Good shot from Brokey, making sure nobody goes down. Lucky can't find the shot. And we'll head into round 7 with a tie ball game.
Well, Brokey's back. There we go. That's enough. I've seen enough, Jason. Brokey is...
Yeah, you're going to call it?
He might have an okay game today.
He's had a lot of scrutiny on him, hasn't he, for some lackluster performances. Coming back out of the major after being benched looked great. Looked like resurging, like a whole new Brokey. And yeah, at the moment, I think he's still he's probably just got his confidence knocked out.
Yeah, I'd say so, and understandably. I think the crazy part coming into this event is I don't think anybody was expecting FaZe to be the team to make the major playoffs again, right? They just did not look like that. We're actually all kind of sitting at the edge of our seats going, are they going to make it out of stage 1?
Well, you know, I mean, Chad and I did the podcast, and it is, like, stupid because every time you talk about FaZe, it's like the only thing that you can really say is, like, they look like crap, but it's FaZe, you know, and it's a major, and they always look shaky in these stages, and they always find a way to scrape through and pull it back.
Without rain.
That was with rain. Well, let's see if they can do it with Jacob instead.
Well, they got a chance.
They've got all the firepower they need between Twist, Frozen, and Brokey and Jacob, to be fair, and the way Kerrigan's played in this 3-round stretch.
Yeah, so on the 2-2 day, right, if it's whoever wins this, we'll go into the 2-2 pool. Currently, we've got Na'Vi, Bait, Cash, and UA. We're going to have either Mals or Falcons or the Mongols at G2. Whatever you get, you're having a hard game unless you draw Passion, and that's probably the easiest game in that mix.
JT, cover your ears.
But, you know, it's going to be a tough final day. Well, 3D Max finally have enough money to get a buyout again.
Saved AK-47 leaves $2,300 on body. Breaking the smoke up at the top. And Kerrigan slides in just as the smoke fills itself back in. Catwalk is an open avenue. Exorcist at long, close to double doors. Maka at the long corner with an AWP. So Kerrigan's got free real estate at this A bomb site and a Molotov behind him to mess with the timings. They want the long players to say, okay, there's the short Molotov. They're just starting to take control, but Kerrigan's already sliding out into the bomb site. A nasty little trick is being played and being built up by FaZe at the moment, and I think Exorcist is going to be on the crappy A receiving end of it.
Trixie from Kerrigan. And Exorcist, oh, it's going to be miserable, isn't it? Oh, yes, it is. Kerrigan dropping Exorcist. Look, I like that we got the camera. That was good. Just see Exorcist's confusion. And now for 3D Max, what can you really do about that? You literally have no fight left in you. So
yeah, Kerrigan just destroyed the internal clock of Exorcist.
You can't trust anything anymore.
Well, especially when you think about like the sequence of events that set that up so perfectly for FaZe and Kerrigan is the smoke break in middle that saw absolutely nothing, and Kerrigan slides in the exact second it fills back in, and then the fake Molotov to show the timing of cat control is maybe 5-6 seconds, you know, behind what Exorcist thought it would be. And Maka is surely going to lose this off. All the money, FaZe flush with cash. You're going hunting for sure. There's the kill. There's the trade. So FaZe doing to 3D Max what 3D Max wanted to do to FaZe, which was just annihilate you in the early going, make it really, really difficult for you to get started. First 3 for 3D Max, and it was all feeling good. Only 2 kills for FaZe in that stretch, and now it's just been a dominant 4 rounds in a row. Yeah, still confused. Still no idea what happened. He won't find out till later tonight.
No, he'll watch that. He'll have to figure it out. I think that's going to be on his mind. He'll go back and just check. Guys, I need to really quickly in this map break check what happened in round 7. He's got Mike 7 out. Let's see what Exorcist can do with it in the lower tunnels. He deserves it. after what happened to him in the last round, Jason.
Oh, yeah? You think so?
Yeah, he deserves at least one. Ready to go back into the fight with a nail gun. And Jacob has detected him. Exorcist. You don't always get what you deserve.
No, but the timing of everything, right? He had to make a play at some point because eventually they're going to start coming down middle. So it felt like that was his moment.
Yeah, Carrigan following up here for FaZe and really starting to get going on this T side. And, you know, they had that Dust2 we got to cast. Obviously, when you're casting it and you're seeing it in front of your eyes, yeah, it does leave a lasting impression on you. And just remembering, like, seeing Carrigan really just run out of ideas. Like, couldn't figure out how to get the T-side going at all.
Yeah.
And the only real round they got going was called by Twist.
I remember we got done casting that game. When that game ended, we walked out to run to the bathroom, and Carrigan just kind of stormed out of the room on his own. And it was just a bad day in the office for FaZe. I think on top of that, you had Donk just styling on you. He was one of the games. The game he got the op ace as well.
Yeah. So you know that Dust2 can go right, and I guess you can just put that down to a very strong performance for Spirit as well. But FaZe just going for fights now. Brokey over the top. At least one kill coming back in from Gravity, but Gravity's alone.
Yeah,
he's finished off.
And look at how well they're shooting at the moment. And obviously, when everyone's shooting this strong, I mean, you're also getting great production out of Carrigan in the early going, and that's probably not going to last the entire half or the entire map or the entire series. But again, that IGL, just getting the team going, just someone who can have impact in the early stages to get your team a foothold into the map, and then you could see guys like Brokey hitting some nice shots, Frozen finding some nice lurks. It's 3D Max who are stressed and a little shocked at the level that FaZe have brought out. 5 in a row. Up out in the field again by Maka. Going to be positioned over on short.
Carrigan throwing themselves into early fights. And Jacob going to be climbing up on top of the Xbox. Body cleaves him off the top of it. And 3D Max with the opening kill. Can he hold on to it? Looks like it. Carrigan spamming down. And Lucky making his move up short. Carrigan gets his gun up. He actually got around the corner in time. Looked like he might get the chance to fight Lucky in a fair duel, but in the end, Carrigan goes down, and FaZe now have to try and recover a 3v5.
That might be a good recipe for 3D Max for the rest of this half, though, is you know, during some of these moments when they've taken that control, this is a nice trap setup for double doors. Player close, double doors. Got a player on short pushing up to get aggressive on a nice timing. And now going to try and retake long, but the timing is everything. First kill and second kill. No one was prepared.
Yeah, just continue to run up here. Frozen and Twist making their moves. Maka waiting on top of the bomb site.
One flash in the sky. It's got to come.
Yeah, well, it's a hand coming up, a Molotov going out, and Maka still holding. And a mid shot, unable to get it done. Now FaZe move in. The AWPer's forced away all the way back into a CT.
I think FaZe is just going to win this round. That timing, the kind of stutter step of Frozen's peak just ruins Maka's day.
They go on to pause, a change up in position, and Gravity's flank. That felt like the only way, right? That felt like the move that had to happen, and Gravity gets sidelined by Frozen. And now Maka, looking at his HP and looking at the money left over, doesn't want to put that up in harm's way. So Body also retreating. We look at FaZe go 6-3 up, and this is a 3v5 conversion, and a clean 3v5 too.
Yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you. I'm not entirely certain why 3D Max felt the need to retake long in this kind of a situation. Right. You're 5-on-3. Like, they still have to commit. One player's playing anti-flash, one player's throwing utility. I think that's a round where 3D Max is just trying to do too much. They're trying to make things really complicated. It's probably a conversation they've had in the lead up to this major during some of the struggles they had on in that busy travel schedule is we have to be communicative. We always have to be doing something. We have to be proactive. We know this is a team that doesn't like to sit on their heels on the CT side, but surely when you're in a 5-on-3, you got to be able to just play default Counter-Strike and let the game come to you. Instead, you've just handed over 2 free kills in a 5-on-3 and 1 missed shot from Maka on the op, and that's how you lose a round.
Yeah, this is going to end up being quite the hole that 3D Max have to climb out of.
Yeah, it's nasty.
FaZe stomping all over them. And it's a good thing 3D Max got those first 3 rounds, and I know all the various chats we have, Jason, I know they're all spamming 3 rounds max right now because it feels like it. FaZe in control at the moment.
I can't imagine a world in which 3D Max doesn't get at least 1 more.
In the half.
As much as I love the meme.
Maybe it'll be now. Maka waiting in middle.
It's going to be a B split all day through. My question right now is there's Frozen. He's pretty committed towards the long play. Is he going to be a lurk out long to wrap through CT spawn, take some shots as everyone shifts over, or is he going to join up back in middle?
As Twists, oh, they push him together in body. Make sure Twist feels uncomfortable. Twist to go down. We got Carrigan responding, and Gravity swept away.
I can't believe how much production Carrigan's given FaZe right now. This is an awesome performance from the IGL. Frozen's going to move forward now, making his play. With an aggressive catwalk take by 2 players, including a deep flashbang. He says, long as most likely clear when you have that many resources elsewhere.
Five seconds. Limited time here for FaZe as they start to gather for the finishing move. Bomb waits on the ground, picked up by Brokey. Jacob going down in middle to Maka. And the Molotov starts to land towards the A side, but FaZe have got to be perfect. You've got to get into the bomb site right now, and that bomb's still waiting for the cross. Brokey, and it's all done. No way FaZe make it forward. 3D Max do get an extra round.
Okay, there you go. A lot better. You had the aggressive play. You had the aggressive setup towards short. The flash through to activate 2 players. Twist goes down, and then you don't regress anywhere on the map. Just play it very, very passive. Sitting back and letting FaZe take all the risks. And there's that 4th round. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, you did. You kind of called it in that round as well.
I know.
The meme is dead. I had to make it at that point.
I know, it was great.
I had to make it.
I appreciate the meme. I think the meme should be there as much as possible.
Well,
Neo
lose 1 round. They're like, all right, not good enough, boys. Let's get it back.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Neo not wanting this to unravel, right? Not wanting them to like kind of lose heart and lose faith that they can just keep stringing rounds together. And Neo, tons of Counter-Strike experience, widely considered to be the best 1.6 player. A deep argument between him and Forrest that's going to split the community. But a huge legend as a player from the early days of Counter-Strike in previous versions and in the and deep into CSGO as well. Won a major back in Katowice 2014 with the old Virtus Pro Polish lineup, now coaching FaZe.
Carrigan, as you mentioned, so much success he's getting and so much output for FaZe, in particular in and around short, and lower tunnels, in the mid doors. Carrigan having a great time just creating space. He's going to have a flashbang coming in for him this time. Pushes to the side of the smoke, runs through, takes the risk. Make sure no one's hanging around that close smoke either. And Carrigan, ooh, dodging the flames. He's having some of his own back around that corner.
Whoa. Carrigan steps back, doesn't do nearly as much damage as it looked like it was going to. Maka with the angle, but I don't think he's noticed Carrigan has gotten past. Still going to be a tough fight for Carrigan if he comes up these stairs, but the second player that follows him up catwalk might be in for a rude surprise, and that's going to be Brokey with the AWP.
Yeah, Maka spots a little head there. 39 seconds. No kill for 3D Max. Frozen. Starting to backtrack up towards top middle. Will plant himself here for the time being. Exorcist thinking about a long flank, but we got 25 seconds left. FaZe are going to be going into the A play now. Smokes up. Exorcist is just left long, but Frozen surely turns back to adjust to that and address that issue, and he will. So Exorcist falls away. So does Carrigan. And Maka making sure that AWP chiming in to the kill feed, and we've got 10 seconds again. Limited time for FaZe. They ran out of time in the last round. They're doing it again as the bomb goes down. There's no way forward for FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Execute coming in way too late in the round to recover any kind of obstacle set up by 3D Max. A little bit of a giggle. I believe Frozen went down. I'm just making a guess, actually. I was going to try and sell it, but someone died.
He looks unhappy. Exorcist looks happy. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like it was going to be really effective for FaZe. I don't know if it was a defensive flash or a team flash as they try and turn the corner, but both players who dropped onto the CT ramp from short got blinded just as they're about to take out Maka for free on that AWP, and it just stalled them out and took so long to come to fruition. Nice body block of the smoke.
Ready to go into the B site. Here they come, a little bit quicker, more direct for FaZe. Looking to end this half with a lead. It's Gravity with the first kill. Maka on the follow-up here for 3D Max. Frozen's at least kept this one within touching distance. And that short touching Twist, dropping it down to 23 HP. FaZe are into the B bomb site. Body on that flank all the way through T-spawn will be arriving to the tunnels. And that plant just about being secured now.
Maka was hoping to get a in with the Molotov and get a shot through the window, but it's actually just going to close that choke point off for even longer than the Molotov would have.
Well, Brokey moving closer to the tunnels, goes into the peak spots too, and good movement to get back up on top of the box. Can Brokey get away? He can. Tucks his head down. His teammate can now take the peak. Twist sees them moving forward, but Carrigan's gone. Brokey and Twist combining. Twist is low in HP, but they've dealt with the tunnel's threat, which means they can both focus on the doorway and the window. And here they come. Lucky charging in. Maka with the trade, and it's Twist on low HP to close it out. FaZe will have the advantage going into the second half, a 7-5 lead on Dust2. Well, 7-5, FaZe in the lead. Carrying a little chuckle coming through this half. It was definitely a roller coaster of emotions at times, but we had a 3D Max start. It was looking brilliant. 3 in a row. You said this was a terrible start for FaZe. It certainly was, but they turned it around real quick.
I mean, honestly, that's a really cool half of Counter-Strike. Both teams responding to each other and going on their own little mini runs. I mean, 3D Max eventually stopping FaZe after 6 rounds in a row, but for both teams coming into this probably with the mentality of hit them hard really, really early on and see if they collapse. Neither team collapsed from the other's punch. So now we've got a brawl on our hands. Jacob behind the car. They know he's here and he's got a lot of attention. Oh, no way!
Okay, Jacob, that is stellar stuff on the USP. He's looking for the ace here, Jacob. We're giving him chances, and it's another one from Jacob.
Let him have it.
Yeah, you gotta let him have it. Here's the Major rookie, ready to rumble here at long, and just about missing out on it. And you can see a little bit of disappointment, but don't be too disappointed, Jacob. That is a fantastic hold in the pistol.
Yeah, that's unreal. He was under so much pressure. How often do you see a player able to step up in that kind of a scenario when the Glocks have gotten that close to him along the wall? They scaled up so far. He had no business having this kind of a sequence. Absolutely filthy from Jacob.
Very happy with that. Here we go. Then FaZe have a good start coming into the second half. We'll see a buy coming in here for 3D Max. They're going to be rushing B, rushing into Frozen. We talked about maybe struggle a little bit here in stage 3, and he only gets the 1 kill this time. Oh my God.
No
okay, Brokey, that's BS, man.
Come on.
What is that?
Oh, Frozen is probably frustrated because he felt like he had no support with the scout.
Brokey does that?
I know. Look at Twist. Oh, he's coming right through the smoke. Big risk, big reward.
Yeah, medium reward.
Yeah.
Carrigan's come through as well, and they'll take it. That's
Okay.
4 players stand up for FaZe.
It's getting a little scrappy, but we like it.
It's so stupid.
That's the anti-strat.
they're having a good time.
Yeah, they are.
You know,
and
having a great
that's
time.
the scary phase.
Yeah, when we're all laughing, having a conversation.
We just talked about the opposite side of the coin for FaZe in that match against Spirit, where it was everyone quiet, nobody laughing, everyone frustrated, no ideas, nothing seemed to be flowing. Well, they snapped back into form from then till now. And 3D Max at the bad receiving end of some strong play from FaZe. 5-9, and 3D Max have to sit back on unarmored pistols. Sheesh.
Yep, Mac unhappy.
Oh!
The scout, it's basically an all for Brokey.
It is at the moment, at least.
Just only headshots, nothing but head.
It's a good way to live. Frozen is going to be over at the window. Peering towards these B tunnels. He's going to get the exact peek he wants. It's a deagle. And he's going to come out on top. Lucky falls down. Gravity's going to make the next move. Frozen's happy to handle that. 99 damage.
Running away. Gravity gets hunted down, and Twists is the man to do it. So that'll be the round win for FaZe. Comfortably picked up. And now we'll get into the challenge. Or, well, it might be a challenge. We'll have to wait and see what 3D Max do on this T side.
They don't have a lot of time to ramp up, do they? They kind of have to get started pretty quick. FaZe is...
Find success immediately.
Yeah, FaZe is knocking on the door already with that second half pistol round win. And the lovely T side they put together. 7 rounds on offense. String together the first 3, and you're sitting in a very happy place if you're FaZe. Going to be playing with a lot of confidence. So 3D Max, they got to have a round or two that really kind of nullify FaZe's motivation to peak and confidence in those peaks.
As Twist going into the lower tunnel, body will be broken. And the advantage is with FaZe. And Twist, you can see, tucks himself in the corner, waits for that flash to come in from Carrigan.
Brokey got
another scout headshot. Yes, he did. You're right. Oh, God, nothing. Well, we just said that 3D Max need to start immediately finding round victories, and then that happens.
That's actually one of the coolest plays from FaZe that I've seen at this major overall. The like really low flash to activate Twist into lower, pushing through the smoke, bypassing a T at Xbox, grabbing the lower tunnel kill, falling back into tunnel, and another flash from Catwalk to reactivate him for another fight. That's actually such an insanely awesome sequence that completely destroys anything 3D Max wanted to do. And that, I mean, I'll be honest, that's got to be the knockout blow. When you just get styled upon like this. There's the second flash. Look how blind Lucky is. Can't get anything done. And there's Brokey's scout headshot as Exorcise comes through the smoke. And 3D Max just look a little bit lost. So, you know, the coach is going to get on the microphone with another timeout. Their second burned, only 1 remaining.
No, they're coming in battered and bruised here. 3D Max to kick off this T side. It'll be disappointing to go out of the major here. Obviously dreaming of the playoffs, I'm sure, thinking that they were going to get there with the way they were playing on the lead up to the major. And those last couple of events, we started to see them maybe lose some of that confidence. You know, losing that final in Shanghai to Legacy at CAC. That felt like the chance to win a title for 3D Max that could have galvanized them into form to go to the quarterfinals. But yeah, it's definitely been a drop-off for them, and now they're getting manhandled by FaZe.
Yeah, it's the hard part. And the question is, do you have the mentality to kind of overcome this? Maybe not on this map, but just in general in the series. Brokey not going to miss that op shot. Twist follows things up. Good damage into the burn. And Brokey stays active. So does Twist. They're not giving an inch of ground to 3D Max. It's going to be 12-5. And surely Brokey, I was gonna say he completes the full house, but he misses a shot. That's sad.
Yeah. Well, Lucky to fall as well. And that'll be surely Dust2 going the way of FaZe at this point. It's going to take a perfect game left for 3D Max.
Yeah, this is 3D Max's, no, this is FaZe's.
FaZe map pick. Inferno's up next for 3D Max. And we heard Exorcise say in that pregame interview with Donna that They're ready for Inferno. That's the map they put a lot of preparation into, and they feel like they've fixed some of the things that were going wrong for them, and they've also got new things to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, this is a map towards the bottom of 3D Max's map pool in terms of
new things on Inferno.
Yeah.
Lies.
Well, I mean, I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if what they can bring out, if there's anything's going to stick out to us as new. I saw that interview where they mentioned they're bringing some new things in. It's always risky to kind of test new things at the Major, bringing them out specifically for that haven't been battle tested in previous live matches. So could be fun, could be a disaster on a map they're going to need to win to recover in this series. Otherwise, they're going to be eliminated from Budapest. Everyone's coming long. And Kerrigan is at the bottom of the pit, and he shifted into this position late in the long take. They didn't spot him. Maka's dead.
All right, Kerrigan. How long do you want to hold it? Just waiting to see if there's anybody else.
I mean, it's an AWPer. You know he's not just going to like swing his head around for no reason, especially in pit.
So you can just keep holding. Okay, go up, get close.
Oh, no! No, that's the worst thing. That's why you knife. That's why you knife.
How do you mess up? Oh my God. Well, he does swing around. We're back and forth here inside a short. Oh my God, I still can't believe it. We've got Brokey and Frozen. 2v3. Jason, 30 seconds on the clock, and that A-bomb site's wide open. Oh, Kerrigan, man.
That's the most insane way I've seen that occur.
Graffiti.
Graffiti.
How is he getting away with that, man?
Turn it into a comeback and a 3D Max win.
Dude, if they come back.
Turn it into a comeback and a 3D Max win. I dare you.
Then you do get a graffiti.
I double dog dare you. I don't think we can make graffitis for fails. I think that's 2BM.
But if it has such a great amount of cultural impact.
It's way 2BM. Oh, my Lord.
Oof. That is rough.
He just got CSGO'd.
No, he just missed. He hit the dink first, and then...
I know, yeah.
Little panic, and then Maka just... Great reactions from Maka, rather. So,
I don't even know if I can say great reactions. I think that's just when the lizard brain takes over, you know? Like, you have no conscious understanding of what you do, but he did probably go into team. Like, he's like, guys, you guys are going to have to see how I killed Kerrigan.
I have to watch it again. No, he did the dink! Oh, the aim punch. The aim punch. Great composure.
Great composure.
Yeah, dude.
Fantastic composure from Kerrigan.
Yeah, that's good.
He didn't break anything.
I think most of us would have smashed everything. He actually got aim punched. Oh, Kerrigan. All right, well, it doesn't matter if they just bounce back and win this round, right?
Yeah. I bet Kerrigan didn't even tell his team what happened. I bet he just said, oh, he got me. Off long. Well, they got plenty of chances to recover that silly situation. 3D Max still need 6 more in a row. No mistakes, no failures. What's crazy about that is Kerrigan's had such a good game on an individual level up until that sequence.
Yeah, let's see if it rocks him. We shouldn't see a player of Kerrigan's experience let that bother him for too much longer. So
Jacob's probably playing long for the rest of the half.
He's like, yeah, I'm not going to go into the pit again. So Jacob, that's your job, all right? If you see an AWPer in this backstore, kill him immediately.
Yeah.
Use the knife. Well, Twists. 3 players going to be coming out towards him. Oh, Frozen gets blinded. Oh, Frozen stays alive, though. Brokey with a kill through the smoke.
Yeah, it saved his life.
Oh, that's nasty from Frozen. Maka going for no scopes through the smoke. The boost is over the top. Brokey going for another one. Actually did land the leg shot here on Lucky. He was down to 16 HP, but it's a 2v3, and once you get that bomb planted in B, there's always a chance to win it.
Yeah, well, there's a flank coming in as well. That's going to be from the tunnels. Nade coming in, doesn't land on the mark. Low HP, back a platform for Lucky. Jacob's taking his time wheeling in, but now he spots it, and good shot. Good luck, Mako. 1v3 and out of ammunition. Nothing to do but go down. FaZe is going to take the first map in this series. Dust2 is done.
Yeah, FaZe making quick work of them, really. You know, outside of those first 3 rounds, it didn't feel like 3D Max were really in that game. And it looked like they were getting the start they hoped for, Jason. But in the end, it's FaZe to take control of Dust2, and 3D Max's chances of survival here in Budapest land on Inferno.
Yeah, that was nice.
Cinematic.
All right. I have faith after Dust2 that FaZe is going to blow this one out of the water.
Oh, yeah?
I think this is going to be like a 13-6-7.
6-7? Okay, Jason, I'll see what you're doing.
Me and the Zoomers.
You're definitely a Zoomer, Jason. That's what they say about you.
I made it.
All right, well, a real test for Gravity then. As the new in-game leader, looking to round out 2025, looking to try and get an extra day of play, or at least one more map at least. Here we go. Inferno kicking off, 3D Max and FaZe. FaZe on the CT side, 3D Max on the T side. A decent amount of utility here for Gravity. And we'll see what pistol round 3D Max have in store.
All right, here we go. Mako with the P250 looking for an early fight, looking to see if anyone wants to get cheeky for a mid-peek. Brokey's backing off towards the corner. Counter utility set up in Banana. 2-man stack there. Frozen and Twist ready to swing off Kerrigan's utility. It's Brokey who's probably going to have the first piece of attention his way. Oh, and he passes the test with flying colors. So the question now for FaZe becomes, when does the stack towards the B bomb site move? Because now that Brokey's fallen away from the corner, they have no information of what's coming. This is a lot of real estate to work with. And I guess 3D Max has got a wrap around the site, right? That smoke designed to make sure that Jacob from pit can't see any angle. Any player in pit wouldn't be able to fight towards wrap side. Gravity's got the flank, but Brokey's fighting a one-man show.
Yeah, Brokey in the middle of the bomb site getting overrun, eventually taken away as Gravity. Lucky, all finding frags. And then Kerrigan and Jacob do get FaZe back into the fight, but it's all on Jacob. And remember his CT side pistol on Dust2, but we have to wait and do it again. Oh, he's done it again.
Look at that
Jacob
smile.
is turning into the pistol god for FaZe. The USP, he is just slicing them up with it.
God, that's unreal. 3D Max had all the advantages in that pistol round. That was set up so well. Gravity gets 2 kills on the flank. This dude's a freak with the USP.
That is some unbelievable aim there from Jacob. That is what you love to see if you FaZe. Jacob getting you going with a pistol. That is just taking all the life out of 3D Max at the start of Inferno.
Yeah, he's carving him up, and he's carving out a position in this team for himself. What a lovely performance at the Major he's brought to the table. That was the worrying thing for Jacob and FaZe coming into this, was you're replacing Rain, one of the most storied and legendary players we've got, an incredible career. How do you fill those shoes? How do you get over it? How do you make people even like believe that you deserve this position? And if you fail, that conversation is just going to be increased tenfold. But he's doing everything right to make us forget about that entire topic.
Dust2 was fantastic. Inferno, just beautiful work. And now FaZe staying quiet at the bottom of Banana. You'll see Frozen positioned, a deep smoke coming in, blocking out 3D Max for a little bit longer.
They're gonna flash through. Frozen's gonna have to turn or swing. Though it works too. He's actually handled it very well. Kerrigan's got support, and I mean, man, 3D Max doesn't even want to go through that at all. Brokey don't risk the M4 too much. Frozen's gonna slide on through towards T-Ramp. There's 1 kill. Everything's gonna be mopped up. Good peeks from top mid as well in conjunction. 2-0 start here on Inferno for FaZe. This time 3D Max don't get the good start on their T side of Inferno the way they did back on Dust2 with that 3-round stretch to open up. This time it's just FaZe, a strong beginning from them. And we'll see if 3D Max can put a stop to it. FaZe answered the bell on Dust2. 3D Max is going to have to do something similar. It starts here in round 3. Full investment. AK-47s, Galils, and utility. And no aggressive Banana control, no aggressive play towards the middle. Going to sit back at the moment, try and avoid as much utility damage as possible.
Lucky. Gone quiet, no fights coming his way here from FaZe as they win around the other side of the half wall. Molotov to the corner, just clear the sandbags, and Lucky moves over the top of the car.
A deep execute, but I mean, FaZe had held all their nades in Banana in the early going, so I mean, now they just get Molotov, they can't progress any further. Their smoke is neutralized by a defensive one, they're just gonna try and come in anyways.
Now Frozen forced into the open, body to just take him away. Got body with another one as well. It's ridiculous straight to the smoke on Twist as Carrigan finally fighting back. This round is still on as that bomb is getting planted. Carrigan sent forward with a flash. Oh, so close to finding a follow-up there for FaZe. Brokey actually got a kill with a Molotov. So Lucky's burned out. And once again, we're back on.
And there's a flank coming in. It's well, not a flank, but it's the Banana play coming in very, very late.
Yeah, very late indeed. And they don't have a smoke for anything here for FaZe. They've got to move forward. It's really tough to see a world in which they make this happen now. And I think they realize that. So they start to back away.
Yeah, Brokey's between two mines. He's got to be really careful. He might be overcommitted. Jacob's gotten back into safety and trying to provide some covering fire, but he's also dedicated now, so a chance to take these M4s away. But FaZe just want to do the economic damage and take the AKs away from 3D Max. So set themselves up, primed themselves, FaZe, even in a round loss, to be able to turn it right back going into the next. 2 M4s saved, only 1 rifle survives for 3D Max, so that buy is going to be a little haggard. I can't believe Body gets that kill. That smoke just kind of barely gets broken open on that nade, and Body's able to find just a really quick burst to the dome of Twist. I just mentioned we didn't have to say his name a whole lot on Dust2. We got to say it early here on Inferno, and if that continues, if he can build himself into his A game, then all of a sudden we'll have a conversation about this map being up for grabs. Seemed to be a headset issue, but looks like we got it all fixed. A little unplug and replug it in. Might be able to rock and roll pretty quickly out of this tech pause. 2-1 for FaZe. Elimination game if you're just joining us. If you missed the first map, it was pretty damn dominant from FaZe on Dust2. A couple hiccups in the first half, but overcame them all to just storm over 3D Max. And now we find ourselves here on Inferno. Loser goes home. Winner moves on to the 2-2 series tomorrow for a spot in the Budapest playoffs. Round 4 going to open up. There's the T-side smoke. Flashbang, a little bit of utility halfway up, but again, FaZe have played around where they don't drop that utility early. Boost up over the smoke, and Brokey doesn't get a clean look at anything.
Brokey falling back into the A side. Jacob waiting in the pit. Oh. Ecstasies looking like they wanted to try and construct a boost over here at short.
Information would be awesome to have. So Brokey and Twist. Brokey's going to cover Twist as he moves forward. Boiler is the most dangerous position. Brokey better have his eyes on that. Twist going to tuck himself in. As 3D Max send players up Banana at the moment. Choke point is smoked off by Frozen and Carrigan. They've got another one remaining. And another Molotov on Frozen. And Twist has somehow found a gigantic gap in this setup from 3D Max. 2 players in halls, neither of them caught this, and Twist, he's gonna get free kills.
That's the bomb as well. They're coming towards him. He should have got free kills, but Maka steadies himself for the fight just in time. 20 seconds. The bomb going towards the A side, and it's in limbo. Where do you go? Where do you finish? Is it B or is it A? Maka has to make the decision, and they're going to the B side, but are they going to have enough time here?
Lucky heard them all rotate off, so he's called them back, but there's no smoke. There's no smoke for this cross. They can't make it.
That's the bomb. He's got it, and he got away. Frozen just gets away, and Frozen with daylight robbery freezes out 3D Max. Stays so cool in the dying seconds.
That's a chaotic round. It's such a chaotic round. So much insanity. Twist able to find that gap to get all the way down middle. I don't know how he didn't get at least 1 kill. Lucky as well, finds his way into the B bomb site with nobody really realizing he's there. They sprint away. He's got that information. And 3D Max constantly juggled back and forth between the bomb sites, between 2 mines. the entire time, their own undoing, and great awareness about the time. Kerrigan's so stressed. That's a huge round win for FaZe, and that's so disheartening for 3D Max.
Really not getting going early on here, and that's the kind of round that just drains your life source if you're 3D Max. Already a map down. Money not in a good spot. Gonna have to play with 2 Tech-9s coming into this. Very likely FaZe take a 4-1 lead. Frozen is forced away.
Oh, no way. 83 damage blind. Brokey didn't, yeah, he took a shot, so we realized he's aggressed through the smoke. Angle here, slight gap. If he misses this shot, though, Exorcist is going to turn the corner very, very quickly.
If he misses the timing, yeah, well, Utility's going to come in. That archway smoke is up, and they're going to move with it up towards long side. Twist going in for the peek at short. Body going to break him. Jacob in the pits. Sharp shooting again. That MP9 at range. Oh, it's a no-scope through the smoke from Brokey. Finally, Jacob goes down. And Brokey just getting some ridiculous shots today.
Yeah, I mean, that's an incredible stand from Jacob to have one be a distraction, one a great kill with the MP9 at range, but he was left on an island there, and Frozen drops. I think you got to save now. I think you have to back off. Exorcist tanks all that damage through the smoke, but he's able to step around Rap side and get a good foothold that Brokey can't control. Twist goes down for free in lane, and that's the round, 3-2. So 3D Max, after a disastrous end to the previous round, bounce right back. That mentality, of all things, the mentality today seems strong from 3D Max, right? We didn't see any real collapse. I mean, they just got straight up beat on Dust2. But here on Inferno, the round like that, you feel like maybe they could have been out of sorts for 2 or 3 rounds. They showed the determination to come right back into this one. Keeping it close, 1 round back.
That's the no-scope from Brokey. Yeah, Jacob definitely puts up a good fight. It's just not enough on the A-hold to work out that for FaZe. And a timeout being called. Getting the AWP out for Brokey still. M4 is definitely going to be a positive, but you can see the weaknesses among the rest of the players here.
Yeah, there's going to be some deficiencies for sure, but we know FaZe, we know they can make that work, especially if you can get Brokey's AWP activated with an early kill, get yourself a 5-on-4. I think that's got to be plan number 1, or plan A, I should say, for 3D Max's. Don't fall prey to an aggressive peek from Brokey in the first 20 seconds. Watch for a Halls push, watch for someone to peek those windows, all the things that you know are most likely to occur on low buy rounds when the reward is greater than the risk.
Bring the AWP for Brokey to start at B. He's going to start on that corner towards top banana. Anticipating a boot. Oh my god, Gravity just flung himself over the top. Oh, he doesn't get a kill. Kerrigan getting one back, and Lucky. Really important that he doubles up that. Keeps his team even.
Okay, well, look at this little scaling from Exorcist. Just like the last round, he's going to wrap around. Deagle in hand, though. Oh, beautiful.
Jacob.
Yeah, man, he's getting so many impactful kills. Twist going to be playing Boiler. Footsteps as they start coming up mid. Sound cues with plenty of time on the clock, so free from Twist. 3D Max must have thought that everyone shifted to the B bomb site, but FaZe, they stand pat over at A. Twist never departs the bomb site.
Yeah, it's got to feel good for Jacob that he's starting to finally show his game and what he's capable of. Everyone was talking about his aim being really good, and I think we're seeing that on display.
Seeing some smart plays as well.
Yeah.
It's not all aim, no brain. He's got a little bit of both.
I'm sure it would take a while for him to just get comfortable in this team. You know, you're playing
That's why I mentioned these sequences from him being so important, right? That's how you get comfortable in the team, is when you feel like you're delivering what your teammates need, that you can start feeling like you start getting comfortable and feel like a member of the team rather than a guy who's got to prove himself.
Right. Well, Lucky diving down towards Jacob, but Jacob handles it with ease. And that's a really tough round to lose if you're 3D Max. You finally bounce back, you get them on the ropes economically, and then you lose that.
I know. It's going to be really tough to recover, and I mean, still, like your money just keeps getting thrown back and forth. You feel like you never settle into this game, like you never get a grip on it well enough to find a flow. Everything feels really disorganized, I would imagine. A little chuckle, I think, out of just disappointment. One of those, if you don't laugh, you cry kind of moments.
Well, at least they still have majority of their players on rifles. So 3D Max will stay competitive, at least with the buy they're able to bring to the table. Again, you've always got FaZe rocky when it comes to money.
You know, I think 3D Max at the moment feels like they want to lean towards rap side. We've seen those lurks from Exorcist, so we've seen them bring a couple bodies a number of times. That's the place where they found, I think, the most room to work. Is wrapping to the left up middle. Frozen hears them come through that deep banana smoke. He calls it out, so he backs off just a little bit, eases up the aggression. Frozen's going to juggle his smoke up until he feels like he needs to drop it. We'll see if 3D Max, if they decide to execute, or do they just want to turn this corner dry and have a little bit more contact to it.
Well, they're just going to go up into the site where the smoke's raining in. It's Frozen. Okay, that's what we needed from Frozen as he's shutting everybody away. Nearly walks away with every single kill, just about stopped by Gravity, but the damage has been felt. And this is FaZe looking at 5 rounds thanks to Frozen, unless Gravity can pull them down to the ground. He goes into the CT fight. Brokey's removed, and nearly, just nearly, that lineup was there in front of him.
That would have sucked.
Frozen was just like, all right, well, I guess I needed all 5 kills.
He plays it perfectly. He peeks out just as the smoke's about to plume for his first kill. Second flashbang comes from Kerrigan, comes back in. Hot swap to the Galil. Nice and easy. What a great round from Frozen and Kerrigan on the B defense, and you could see the fist bump. He's just really appreciative that they end up closing it out. 5-2, a 3-round deficit for 3D Max. And they're going to go for a half buy as this losing bonus is building up. Tech 9s, armor, a little bit of utility mixed in there. But things have to seriously change once we get into the gun rounds.
Well, Frozen dropping Gravity. Body able to respond as Frozen's gone, and we now look at a 4v4. 3D Max at least getting some sort of a foothold up through Banana.
FaZe has done a really good job with utility early on in this CT side, holding it when it doesn't need to be thrown. It's going to be another good block here as they slide out. Oh, one's blind. That's Kerrigan, just holds down the trigger, grabs 1 kill, and Twist says, all right, well, that's awkward. I'm out. 3-on-3, retake scenario, good utility damage on Namaka. Bomb not planted yet, smoke broken. Twist wants the aggression, not able to find the kill, but harassing this plant constantly.
So very doable with 2 rifles in this post plant. Only 1 player with utility here for FaZe, and Jacob's going to start using them. Twist dropping Exorcist, but it falls to Body and Maka. Body out in Banana, Maka towards the back lines of the site. And we've got Body staying confident, but he's lost his teammate. And now being stuck on 22 health. Oh, another lineup was right there, but 3D Max missing out on it.
I think he even dinks Brokey after getting that kill. Brokey's down to 15 HP. That's insane how close those last 2 rounds were with just some silly lineup. Kerrigan giving a little chuckle. They got away with one there. A dangerous round considering what 3D Max brought into it, coming into just 1 player surviving for FaZe. 3D Max just keep getting close, but can't get over the finish line. Oof.
Yeah. You know how close these rounds are coming for 3D Max, and you know you haven't got many of them left in this first half.
That's tough in its own right, though. Getting close, and just feeling like there's always something that FaZe has going for them to get them the victory.
Because you know close isn't going to keep you in the major. You know, it's eventually FaZe are going to knock them out if it just continues like this. 6-2 up, CT side looking pretty.
Here's that rap side play, but there's 3 defenders here at the bomb site this time.
Twist is gathering info as well, just on these jiggles. He's got the info that 3D Max have arrived. Flash comes in from Brokey into the peak for Twist. Oh, it's an uncomfortable fight. It's actually Brokey who's come away with that kill. Moved forward and come away with a second. Now the split isn't there and the bomb's all the way back in the T stairs. So for 3D Max, you got to cancel and go back and get that.
Well, you can check out the utility, see what they can do with it while you go back and get the bomb. But 3 versus 5, nothing's working for 3D Max.
And Brokey's on his merry way over to this B bomb site as well. So you're going to have to deal with the AWP threat, who has already destroyed your entire A contingent. Yeah, this is so tough for 3D Max. Body coming through. One great kill. You need another quickly here on Frozen without letting him get anything else, and that's exactly what happens. Body doing a lot of work. But Brokey still around, it's still kicking, and still firing with the AWP.
Yeah, low HP unlucky. Half HP, I should say. 0 HP unlucky. Nice shot from Twist.
Yeah, it's a very slim gap there for Twist to send that headshot down from CT spawn. But Maka, now alone in the world, looking for the 1v3 inside of the bomb site.
Got to be careful with his bullets. He's going to have to reload, and actually Twist lets him know it's not even a problem. Don't worry about it whatsoever.
You're not safe wherever you stand.
No, man. Twist with 2 HP, willing to be the aggressor because of the low health and at least give information over to his teammates, but he just seals himself 2 kills. Telling you, after that first map, I think FaZe just is so flush with confidence and realizing we're so much better than these guys on an individual level. And no one's having an off game. Everyone's delivering. That chuckle is a bad sign.
Yeah, it's just like, well, just laughing at how frustrating I'm sure this game is. Ooh. You know, nothing. You're coming so close. The game feels so cruel to 3D Max now.
There's a thing with teams too, when like you're there for a long time, and especially when you prepare for a major, like an event that is just so important, I think, where you have all these team talks about mentality, attitude, tactics, whether it's in-game or out-of-game. You have all these conversations of things that need to improve, things that need to get better, whether it be a team thing or an individual thing. And it's probably in these moments where you're kind of like laughing to yourself and just being like, well, we had all these talks, but nothing's changing. You know, it's also, maybe you're also frustrated with yourself, you know?
Yeah, actually he's 1 in 7.
Yeah, so maybe he's just sitting there and he's like, it's that game where I just get wrecked for no good reason.
Mm-hmm. And Ecstasies can quite often
B-rush.
Be the player that steps up for 3D Max. Coming at them fast. The B-rush. Straight into Frozen. Oh, Carrigan getting caught in the open. That is going to put more pressure on Frozen, who has to change up his position. Twist coming on over, breaks the smoke, but he's blinded. Definitely a big risk there for Twist, standing behind that broken CT smoke. But no one there from 3D Max to punish, and that plant is coming in. So FaZe going to feel comfortable playing for the retake, especially when Frozen's getting kills like that, and Twist assisting him. Lucky at least getting something here for 3D Max, but once again forced to Maka in the 1v3, and that flank coming in from Jacob should be a kill, no problem, and it will be. So FaZe just dominating this first half of Counter-Strike, fully in control. You
know, one part of my brain is just like, man, it's a little too early to like lose faith in your T side and hit some of these B rushes that they've done, or really fast plays towards the B bomb site. But on the other hand, it's where they're having the most success of actually getting into the bomb site, getting a bomb plant. And yeah, they've been at a disadvantage in all the post plants after the fact, not in terms of manpower in this round, but in terms of firepower. What a weird decision you have to make if you're 3D Max, if you're the IGL and having to, like, I don't know. Maybe 3D Maxes just feel so off their game at the moment. They're not like, if you spread out your team out in a default, no one's giving you comms and no one's coming up with ideas, the game's gonna feel flat, right? So I think there's an element of trying to get some energy in the team by taking that decision-making away from them and letting them focus on just getting kills and focus on winning the objectives.
FaZe looking for a 9-2 lead as Frozen off the mark, going down into Banana. We got Body moving out. Oh, that looked like it was guaranteed kill there for Frozen, but Body, sharp shooting, able to control it.
Yeah, and that puts him at a FaZe at a disadvantage, and probably the most excited 3D Max has been in some time. Opening kill, can try and work the map a little bit in a 5-on-4. For some rotations, you haven't had this kind of an advantage in too long. Haven't had many of them either. Only 2 rounds on the board, and you probably want these last 2 just to give yourselves the window of opportunity in the second half.
Well, Lucky extends upon it. Maka also finding some success towards A. FaZe staying in these rounds,
Bombs dropped again, though. Bombs left all the way back, so it's going to buy a ton of time. Yeah, and Twist is just calling it out. They left the bomb, they dropped the smoke. Oh, if he gets that kill, it might just all be over. Gravity can't find it. I think it's in small pit.
Oh my god, he's got it now. He's picked it up now, but there's the Jacob. Lucky fight about to go down over towards the ruins here. Jacob coming through. Lucky's got the headshot. And if he had lost his life, then he was absolutely back on. But now Twist has a very difficult save ahead of him. That's just going to be the AWP picked up.
Yeah. That's a really hard fight for Jacob, but indeed, if he wins that 1v1, that round is on. Almost lost, and that would have been, I mean, that's just kind of like waving the white flag. If 3D Max lose a round because they have a 5-on-2 and they left the bomb back at T-Ramp, you don't recover from that one.
Oh, it will be a difficult save because here's Body, and he is going to take that AWP away from Twists.
All right, 8-3. 5-round lead for FaZe, final round of the first half.
You can work with 4, you know?
You can work with 4, it's doable.
It's definitely doable. With a pistol and the conversion and, you know, get the ball rolling in the second half, but...
Cuts a couple of bits and bobs here and there.
Being down 9-3 though, Jason.
Yeah, that one's no fun.
Don't like that.
No, not at all.
And unfortunately for them, they still got a very good buy to go up against here. FaZe, even though they lose the AWP in that save attempt from Twists, they still got it right back.
Plenty of cash.
They start with 3B.
One of the few rounds they've really switched things up later in the half of being a little bit more aggressive in Banana with utility to open up rounds. So the stages, the opening stages of Inferno, they were being light on chucking nades and smokes and Molotovs down Banana. Now they've gotten into it a little bit more, changing up the philosophy, hoping that 3D Max is going to walk into the trap. Doesn't work this time. But still set up as 3D Max move back towards Banana in the mid-round.
Oh, Frozen from the half wall. Body, okay, starting to get some grid impact from Body. Last 2 rounds, so success inside of Banana, but they walk right by Twist. Oh no, that's their undoing. A couple of kills here from Twists, and right back into the fight again or FaZe.
And Brokey knows. He's had to deal with this lurk from Exorcist a number of times. Gonna come out the spawn archers with the, boom, easy kill. 1-on-2 for Gravity.
Yeah, this is so rough now for 3D Max. Body had thought he had done enough. They do not check Twists, and he unravels their round, but Gravity could still step up with the clutch.
There's no kits. I'm assuming they're calling out that one's going to be in Banana that they can pick up. They do have a smoke for the bomb, but if you can't find a kit, then you got to find this kill quick.
Blocked out of CT. Gravity gets into the smoke. Oh, this could be the play. If Gravity gets aggressive now, but they are now looking at it. And there's the denial of the defuse. Gravity, the tower. There we go. That's what they needed. Gravity securing the last round here for them. They do have 4 to play with. We'll find out if it's enough for 3D Max. Well, Gravity giving 3D Max an extra round to play with going into the second half. Let's see if they can get this ball rolling with a pistol round. I think that first half was exciting, even though it looked like FaZe were in control for the most of it. There were so many rounds that came close. You know, 3Max having lineups and back-to-back rounds that could have made a massive difference to the outcome.
Problem is they were like close, but they were like 1v3s turned close in the clutch, right? It's just one of those games where the rounds felt close, but still just like low odds of actually winning them.
FaZe are putting themselves in stronger positions more often than not. And FaZe looking to try and close out this series 2-0. They've got the lead switching to the T side. Now it's on Carrigan to call them into the final day of stage 3.
Yeah, Pistol Round would just about do it. Would get them so close. Body with the opening kill, Exorcise. He's had a rough game, and it's going to continue. Jacob's quick to respond with another. Dude, his pistols are unreal. They're unreal today.
Oh my God. It's just incredible from Jacob. He's now been spotted towards Boiler, but do you really want to fight Jacob in the pistols? He's got the dual Berettas out now. They're giving him 2 pistols in one hand. Well, we'll see if he's able to do much with it. So not going to be taking that fight. And Baroki moves into the site. Yeah, going to get that bomb planted nice and safe. Back of the bomb site. 3-man retake. All 3 coming through the smoke. Flash is going to be up in the sky. Baroki's got the molly, and Jacob's still going. The pistol got himself. It's Kuba the killer. That is exactly what you brought him in for, showing a little bit of skill in that new age aim, and Jacob showing us that his pistols are definitely to be reckoned with.
I mean, he's won phase 3 out of the 4 pistols.
Like just but it's the way he's doing it.
Single-handedly has won 3 of the 4 pistols. I think he's averaging like 3.5 kills per pistol round. What a freak. Yeah, vastly different environments in the 2 rooms. The work get exponentially more difficult now for 3D Max. A second round investment. They are desperate to turn this on its head back into their control. Aggressive play coming in. Carrigan might get caught as the smoke fades.
He's letting them run on by. Frozen. Only getting the 1 pick.
What's happening?
Taken down. Carrigan, turn around. Oh my. How has he gone away with that? How has he managed that? He should have been dead to Exorcise. No one knows what the hell's going on in Banana.
I bet we get a nice laugh out of Carrigan in the next player reaction. That's unbelievable. Just the comms never clicked into his brain that they'd push past him. Frozen was calling it the whole time, I would imagine, and it just took an extra couple seconds to click into his brain. Still somehow finds 2 more. And that's the sense I think that 3D Max is getting right now, is just like any situation that's kind of like a coin toss, it's always falling FaZe up. You like that? That was pretty good.
Dude, you're doing it.
It was pretty good.
Doing it. Coming up with some great ones today, Jason.
It's my best work.
Yeah. Well, it just feels like 3D Max are going to be eliminated at the moment, doesn't it? It's got to be a massive turnaround. And it doesn't feel like they've got that energy in them. I think Body's doing a good job. He's just looking around at his teammates and wondering, can anybody else help out?
Yeah, I think this is the inconsistency he kind of alluded to, is like we can consistently compete and be in the top 10, top 12, top 15 teams in the world, but it's so inconsistent day to day showing up of whether you can actually beat them. And especially after the way the first map played out, especially after the way the first half played out, FaZe they have no concerns at the moment. Everything is going their way. 10-4, 6-round lead. FaZe 3 rounds away from eliminating 3D Max from the Budapest Major. In a very cautious second round. Don't want to eat any of the nade damage whatsoever, so wait to see if there's going to be any kind of nade stack to start things out, and then slide into positions with safety.
Well, nice little block there from Gravity. And he will stay up here. They're going to think it's smoked out. Oh, Frozen's still going to check it. Doesn't matter, rapidly killed by the Gravity MP9 and Twist to get that trade.
Kerrigan's happy
towards the mid smoke.
Yeah, Kerrigan's happy to slide in as well off of Frozen's death to secure the bomb site. Twist went up over the top, or excuse me, Brokey went up over the top with the bomb. Getting tagged as he plants, but no big deal. Kerrigan gets away, 4-on-4. 3D Max is going to buy in the next round, so they might as well go for this retake.
Yeah, give it a go, try and prevent FaZe from getting to 11 easily, make them work for it, make them fight for it. And Kerrigan, not much of a fight in front of him as he just drops Gravity on that peak. Jacob to follow up, and then he gets the fight he's looking for, and Lucky wins it out, but Brokey's on the cleanup. So it is FaZe progressing forward and looking like they are going to secure a last day of play. Well, let's see what 3D Max can do in the second half. This is it. They just got to start winning right now.
Good shooting from Kerrigan. Easy round. And how does he want to open this up? One of the most experienced IGLs in his 21st major. Do you go a little aggressive and go for the uppercut early? Do you kind of play it out, let your teammates work the map? Everyone from FaZe has been playing very well today. You can put some confidence in their hands. Good decision making, sharp shooting. #21st major for Kerrigan. He made the playoffs in 6 of the 20 previously. Looking to make it 7.
Be crazy if the FaZe squad figured out how to make it to the playoffs. See if they...
Would it be crazy? Would it actually?
Yes. Yes, it would be.
Would it though?
It wouldn't. Yeah, it would be. Actually, the more I think about it, yes, it would be. Just with the way they were playing.
I don't know, man.
Jason, one of the last events I cast, they lost to Foot Esports and got knocked out of a competition. You know,
I'm with you, man. I understand all that. But this is what's so painful about the FaZe conversation is there is just that element that nobody knows how to put it into words, nobody knows how to quantify, but it's FaZe. And that's just what they do. As soon as you stop believing, as soon as they get in the toughest position they've been in, they rise to the occasion.
Well, Kerrigan going out long. Exorcist's going to catch him and drop him. 30 seconds as this bomb makes its way towards the B-bomb site for the finish. They're going to hit the pause button for a second. Frozen leaping out of the side of the smoke. It's going to be, oh, quickly, all 3 kills for 3D Max. You know, I've come back to that conversation about it, though.
Yeah,
and
come on back.
Twist did say when asked, you know, is this a miracle happening? You know, we're going to see some FaZe BS again. He said, to us, it isn't. You know, we put a lot of hard work in the time preparing for the major when they did obviously go out in China and didn't have a great result there. They put a lot of work in coming into this major, and maybe it didn't work out in stage 1, but finally started to get the ball rolling as the tournament went on.
It's the if statements, right? Like FaZe, I'm sure with the practice and the hard work they put in, I'm sure all that's very, very true. It's like they know they can do it. They know they're one of the better teams, you know, one of the top teams at the event, even if the results aren't showing it. That's the philosophy you have as a player. And the whole conversation is if we individually show up and remember these tactics, remember everything we've discussed, we're going to do it with no problem.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of Counter-Strike and the nature of any competitive endeavor is you're not always going to show up and have your A game. And that's always been one of the strengths of FaZe is, you know, there's been times where they've been able to win with their B game, times where they've been able to win with their C game. This FaZe doesn't have that.
Well, let's just remember they started this stage winning against Vitality.
Yes.
Lost to Team Spirit.
And then the Mongols.
And, yeah. Who apparently control as just a B, so.
Yeah. That'll be a topic for a podcast, the incredible ability of Mara and the Mongols to always find another incredible Mongolian player to fill their ranks.
Well, we already have only 50 seconds left in this round. FaZe still very much spread across the map, but the bomb is in Banana with the main pack. The Twist can shift between middle or B very quickly, but eventually got to make a decision. And Jacob is searching for the opportunity in towards the site. If Lucky steps into the open, a long player backtracks, and that's exactly what Jacob was waiting for. Lucky to provide his life. And now here come FaZe, marching towards the A site. Mako's gone. Exorcist has had a very rough game, but there's no other moment to step up other than now. And Exorcist is doing that. A quick double kill, and finally forced away by Jacob. FaZe into the A bomb site, and here come 3D Max.
This is one of those rounds where the sacrifice of Kerrigan with the Tech 9 is greatly appreciated. Reveals the position of Exorcist, makes it an easy kill as they step in. 3-on-2, smoked up. FaZe in a power position to get to 12.
Yeah, 3D Max trying to prevent FaZe from getting to series point. But
there's no way you're saving this, right? There's absolutely no way you're saving this.
He's coming back now. He's trying to maybe fake it out, but try and pull FaZe players into a fight. But FaZe are hunkered down. They're in the pit, and Brokey with the kill. It doesn't matter if they're saving or going for it. The result is all the same. It is FaZe on series point, and 3D Max about to be eliminated here in Budapest.
Yeah, and FaZe has just looked like the stronger team on an individual level. Tactically, they've had some cool tricks thrown in there, and 3D Max feels like they've just, every time they've started getting rolling in these halves, in the 2 maps that we've seen played, FaZe is always just putting a stop to it. FaZe has never let them get into any kind of a rhythm, any kind of a calling rhythm. Tactically, you haven't been able to do anything. I mean, this is, it's been so rough for 3D Max, and a young IGL in the sense of Gravity switching into it relatively recently as well, so there's complications there.
One hell of a year, especially this second season for 3D Max, and in terms of the amount of events they've traveled to. Flying out to Asia and back to Europe. They cracked the top 10 both on HLTV and VRS rankings, but their 2025 is about to come to a close because Jacob is delivering for FaZe today.
The rookie's 21-6.
Yep, and he is finally down by Lucky, but his work surely is enough to put FaZe into the final day of Stage 3 to keep the playoff dream alive. And every game that he has like this, more confidence will be built in himself and from his teammates. But Lucky with that kill coming back through, Body with a missed shot. Body goes again, Twitch to punish, and Lucky now races back for an impossible retake. It will be FaZe coming out on top of this matchup today. They do it comfortably. 13-6 on Dust2, 13-5 on Inferno. FaZe fight till the final day. And for 3D Max, their year has come to a close.
What a rough close it is as well. That's not the kind of performance you want to come put out on the table in the elimination game, but I think you said it the best. It's going to be hard to see it at the moment, the positives of this year, but the rise up from 3D Max and the arisen expectations for them is why this feels so disappointing, because this is a team that